Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
And I'm Kim R. Ford, Team Rayceen Productions co-host and moderator.
Joining us is Eboni-Rose Thompson. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. We're happy to have you. Before we talk about your 2024 primary election campaign to represent Ward 7 on the Council of the District of Columbia, please tell viewers a little bit about your background and who you are.
Yeah, so I really appreciate starting there because we're all people and you should know like who the people are that are vying for your vote. The things people should know about me. One is like Ward 7 is home for me in every sense of the word. I grew up in Ward 7. I moved back to Ward 7. It's not a place of last resort for me. My neighborhood school that I went to as a kid is my neighborhood school now. I currently represent Ward 7 on the State Board of Education because I'm someone who wants to make sure that the little ebony roses of the world can also make it back to a place like Ward 7. And people should know that I've been really involved, not just in Ward 7 across the city, but also nationally, doing not just education work, but policy and advocacy work to make our city, our home better.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we love that. Thank you so much for joining us. And, let's start chatting about this campaign. So please tell our viewers about the position for which you are running and why you want to be elected to it.
Yeah, so I am running to be the next Ward 7 council member. I am, of course, running as a Democrat. And so I am running for the primary election and looking forward to seeing people at the general. And I'm running because I believe that we have a real opportunity to kind of press a reset button as Ward 7. I'm not the person who is like, oh, progress isn't coming or everything is all bad. I am someone who believes not just in Ward 7, but I believe we have an opportunity to make Ward 7 better. And it's not a question of whether progress is happening, progress is coming, but how we navigate it. And I know that we need someone as our next council member who is going to make sure that we are all like a part of shaping our future, that can start the job like ready on day one. There is no trial period to be a council member. And as far as I know, there's no refund policy. And so it's really important that we get it right now. I'm running because I know the work that we have ahead of us in Ward 7. And I'm willing to do that work. I'm very much interested in the job of being the council member, not the title. And I know that I'm someone who can show up and make sure that we're getting our fair share in the budget. That's important to me. Make sure that we're doing the oversight so that city services show up well in Ward 7, whether that's getting your trash picked up, stopping the rat abatement in parts of our neighborhoods, or making sure like our playgrounds and schools are open and wonderful, safe places for our kids. And I know that policy affects us all. And I'm running someone who wants to be able to shape policy that makes all of our lives better. And so that's why I'm running to be the council member for Ward 7.
Well, that's great. So can you tell our viewers what your top 3 issues are?
Yeah, so I acknowledge that I'm an education person. So of course, I know what cheating looks like. So I cheated a little bit in a good way and technically have 5 bullets because I'm a little over prepared. But education will always be important to me because it's honestly the way that I'm able to sit here before you now. I couldn't say to you that I would have been on a path where I could be elected to represent Ward 7 as a State Board of Education representative or the president if I didn't get a high quality education. I think that is a non-negotiable for all of us. I also very much understand that right now, public safety is not something that we have under control. And it's absolutely unacceptable the way we're navigating our lives right now, whether it's the fact that I think about, should I stop to get gas while the sun is going down? Or, I've been part of conversations with so many of our young people about like why they're not showing up at school, whether it's because they don't feel safe themselves as they're navigating the city, or my seniors who are like, they're actually scared of some of our young folks. Whether those fears are in some cases real and in some cases imagined, because it's not all of our young folks. Right. And so like that is something that we have to get a hold on if we're going to not just have a present, but a future as Ward 7 and as a city. And then the last thing I think that, and they're inextricably linked, are absolutely housing and economic development. I put them together because, as I said before, it's not a question of if progress is coming to Ward 7, it's how it happens. And we want to be able to welcome and finish projects that include grocery stores. We want to have a downtown Ward 7. We want to make sure that if me as a homeowner, if something breaks in my house tomorrow and I needed to buy a hammer and a nail, I could do that. And I might need to wake up and get some coffee on my way, right? And I might, need to buy, I don't know, a new shirt because I messed up my shirt where I was painting, right? Whatever it is, I can't do any of that in Ward 7 now in the way that every single one of us can walk to access easily. And so as we think about what it looks like to welcome like new projects, new services, bustling corridors, it's also going to come with some new residents. And we have to make sure we're also putting the things in place so that the people who are here, like me, like my grandparents who moved here, like my sister who is, looking to buy her first house, can stay here and can navigate that together. And so that is what is of the utmost important to me. And I think it's what's also what's most important for Ward 7 residents and communities.
Awesome, amazing, amazing. Now, Eboni-Rose, let's say the voters, when they look at the ballot and they see, multiple names as it comes to this primary election, and, maybe some people might have the same type of issues that they're running on, whether it's healthcare, whether it's housing, whether it's economic opportunity. Why should voters choose you? Why are you the best choice this election cycle?
Well, first, appreciation for using my full first name. And so when people look at that ballot, they will see Eboni-Rose Thompson. And so my first name is Eboni-Rose because I know that gets confusing for folks later. So thank you for that. And the reason they should vote for me, not because they've seen my name on the ballot before, but because when I've been elected two positions before, whether it's been on the state board or whether it's been as an ANC commissioner, I've gotten things done. There are a lot of people in this race who will list, different titles. There are a lot of people in this race who will make promises. I don't think there's as many people in this race who can tell you, here's what I have done for Ward 7. As proof that they are ready for day one. And so whether it's working as an ANC to help modernize the rec center that I played in as a kid, which has been in starter, or working to modernize and actually put in the budget several of our schools so that, again, the people who come before me have it better than I had, right? Like my middle school was Ron Brown. I was on the committee to reopen that school. I know what it looks like, not just to take something from idea to reality, but to do it well. And I think that's what we deserve. We as Ward 7 don't just deserve someone to say like someone to be well said. We deserve someone who's going to be like, yeah, like that was well done for us. And I really focus on working hard, working well, and making sure that I'm not just making like promises to people, but I'm fulfilling the things that we want to see for ourselves.
Great. Well, thanks for that. Now, when does voting begin?
Whew, okay. So I know a lot of us are used to going to the polls on election day. Election day is June 4th. I will repeat, election day is June 4th. And since COVID, we have done a really good job as a city by mailing everyone ballots. So please expect your ballots in May. I really encourage people to vote early and to show up and vote often, not more than once in the same election, but vote every single election. And if you're someone who's like, you know what, I'd rather go vote in person, then you can vote in person at at early voting centers. And so our early voting centers actually open up also in May 26th. And then again, June 4th is like D-Day. So people have a full week to be able to go vote, hopefully for me, during that last week of May into June.
Amazing. Awesome. Now, let our viewers know how they'll be able to reach out to you, keep up with updates, learn more about your campaign, volunteer, support, all the ways and all the means that they are able to do that.
Well, I would appreciate all of those things. But you can reach out to us as a campaign, and I do use us intentionally because it is an effort that is not something I'm doing by myself. I'm doing it with friends. I'm doing it with family. I'm doing it with neighbors. And the way you stay in touch with us and can, hit the streets with us, make calls with us, make donations, is to go to my website, which is www.Eboni-Rose, that's EBONIROSE 4FOR, the number 7.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And so feel free to reach out to us on any of those platforms. Feel free to follow our journey there. Also love if you would reach out and say, hey, I want you to meet my neighbors. We've knocked on doors and had folks say, you know what, I've been waiting for this door knock. Why don't you come back and talk to some of my neighbors? And I'm happy to come do meet and greets with folks. We're also setting up what we're calling a chat ERT series where I'll be in the ward where you don't have to know somebody, anyone can come. So please go to the website to look for those dates where you can show up and get in touch with us, because I do very much look at campaigning as a conversation. If I have not learned from you all as a community, a lot of things on June 4th, no more than I did when I launched this campaign in November, then I'm doing it wrong. And as someone who is currently a representative, wants to continue to serve as a representative, the best way for me to be able to do that is to continue to be in conversation with you. So please go to the website, connect with us on socials, say hi to me if I'm on the street with a clipboard, because I want to represent you and I want to connect with you and just appreciate, the time today.
Well, great. Thank you so much for all of that, viewers. Please look in the description below for the links. And Eboni-Rose, thank you again for your time and for joining us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To those watching, please follow Team Rayceen on social media.
And click around our YouTube channel and check out our other interviews, forums, vlogs, and more. And while you're there, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But most of all, viewers, thank you for watching.